Look at your brows. They sort of fade out at the end, don't they? Yes. So actually, I'm just gonna do mine the way you have yours. Look at yours. Look up here. Yeah, yours are kind of like, ooh, super arched. Yours are like super arched. And then they just sort of fade away. So I'm gonna do mine the same. The black in the front. Well, this isn't black exactly. But then, look up here. Next. Let me put that. Look at those brows, y'all. Like, that could be like a new style. I know. Is it boring to you? Am I boring you? A little? Alright, let's try not to screw up those brows. But yes, I think what we're working with today is a reverse smoky eye, which is what you have, where you're kind of darker on the inner corner and you're lighter on the outer corner. So we're going to give it a try today. Oh, she's so gorgeous. I love your look, Nyx. You have the best look. And you wear it well, like a real bitch. Not a fake bitch, but a real bitch. The realest. Okay. Yo's, girl. You and me. We are gonna... I'm not doing my face like yours. I don't want to appropriate your culture. Or whatever. Or whatever people will accuse me of. Now, none of this has been tested on animals, so none of it's going to go on you. Animal testing is bad. I got to keep you guys safe. Hey, welcome back, y'all. It's good to see you again. I'm TK, and we are here to do a little bit about makeup and a little bit about food. And if that sounds like a good time to you, then come on in, pull up a chair. If it doesn't sound like a good time to you, then scroll that screen up, scroll it down, find something else to watch. Today, we have got Nyx with us. This is Nyx, Goddess of the Night, or on Instagram, she's Night Goddess Nyx. And I've always thought that Nyx had the most beautiful smoky eye ever. And then as I looked at it today, I was like, well, that's a reverse smoky eye. And I'd like to give that a try. My niece, Mascaras and Mixers, you got to check her out. She's Mascaras and Mixers on YouTube, Mascaras and Mixers on Instagram. She just did a review on the Morphe 35 eye palette, in which she had a beautiful reverse smoky eye, and I didn't know what that was. She teaches me a lot. I didn't know anything about what that was, so I'm gonna do it. I just had never seen it before she did it, so we're gonna give it a try here. I'm gonna try to basically do Nyx's eye look here today because I just thought that'd be something that'd be a lot of fun. And to get her in here because she likes to always be involved when I'm in here filming. So if that sounds like a good time to you, why don't you just stick around and we'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh, they don't know me like they think they know me.
All right, so Nyx is already bored AF with me, so she's checking out. She's gonna go play for a while. But I wasn't kidding when I said the reverse smoky eye is kind of pretty cool. And so today we're just gonna try to do that look, and then we'll see who wore it better, me or Nyx. But just for the record, she has no makeup on. I didn't put any makeup on her. I never would do that. Never would put stuff on my dog, especially her, because she's got so many allergies. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I would never do that. And I don't see the point. You know, I always got something to say. Every dang video, I got some opinion to have. And I'm going to have an opinion today on this because testing cosmetics on dogs and stuff like that to see if they're allergic. Like, first of all, it's pretty rare that any dog would, it's pretty rare that any kind of disease that a dog would get would transfer to humans. And so I don't get the point of testing human things on dogs. I mean, obviously, if all you're looking to see is if it'll kill a being, then, really, maybe you should reconsider why you're making that for humans. So if you take that out of the equation, then I don't get it. My dog is allergic to so much more stuff than I am. There'd be no way to look at her and go, oh, that she's allergic to this, so humans would be allergic to it. That half the stuff she comes in contact with, I'm not allergic to. So I am just put out with the whole idea that we test cosmetics on dogs. I'm put out with the idea that we still do it here in the 2000s. It doesn't make any dang sense to me at all that we still do that. And companies out there that still aren't cruelty free, y'all need to get your together, because I'm not alone in being somebody that's just like, nope, if you're gonna crush up animals, bugs included, and you're going to hurt animals and kill animals to test a cosmetic, and then I'm going to put that on my face, right? That's Let me just stop before I drop my phone, okay? So I tried to do my brows like her, where she's got these brows that are really, really dark in here, and then they're very, very light coming out. I don't know if it's really translating to camera. And I just wanted to try. When I looked at her, I'm like, you know what? You don't really have a smoky eye. But my niece at Mascaras and Mixers, she did a thing called a reverse smoky eye, and she explained to me how that works. I learned a lot from her, by the way, so you can also learn a lot from... I'm beginning to lose my cherub-like demeanor, honestly. I learn a lot from her. Y'all can learn a lot from her if you check her out at Mascaras and Mixers on YouTube and Mascaras and Mixers on Instagram. She's got a lot of great reviews. She just did a review on the i35, the Morphe i35 Icy palette, and she did a reverse smoky eye, and I thought, oh, I want to try that. So yeah, I'm straight up still in this, but I wanted to try it and see if I could do it the way that Nyx's eye looks and see what comes out of it. The palette that we're going to use to do this reverse smoky eye is a palette from a group that I absolutely love. I know a lot of you were going, why not use the Lunar Beauty palette? Use it for everything else. It's a good point. Well, I'm not today. Sorry, Manny. This is from ColourPop. It's like this. So this is their Blow and Smoke palette. It's got all these fantastic shades of gray. And I thought, oh, lovely. Smoky eye's never really been my big problem. The reverse smoky eye, we'll see. The thing with NYX is that she has the brown in there, so we're going to give that a shot as well. Okay, so for the brown and the white and the gold that she has around the outside, that's going to be lighter than that inner corner. You know that there's a million palettes out there that you could grab that are neutral palettes, brown palettes, whatnot. That's fine. Grab whatever you like. I got a palette in an Ipsy box not that long ago from Nomad, and they're pretty neat. And in fact, Mascaras and Mixers is going to do a review on the Nomad Tokyo palette that it's got a bunch of pastels in it, so it sort of kind of comes for the Morphe one. But this palette is called Berlin Underground, and when I show you the colors, if hopefully my camera, yes, you can see it's very clear. It almost looks as if somebody's put a sheen or a dust over top of every color. So what I love about this is it reminds me of a gritty underground, maybe a gritty underground music scene or something like that, because the colors are more muted. And I feel like when I'm looking at NYX's face, I'm seeing more of these browns. So I'm kind of seeing a little bit more of this row in NYX's face than I'm seeing the other colors from Life's a Drag. But the first thing I'm going to do is I am going in with Hansa, which is right down here, this sort of goldish, sort of muted gold color, and I'm just going to hit that right on that outside. Whoa, that is really, really goldy. So NYX's name is spelled NYX, N-Y-X, just like the cosmetic. NYX is a primordial deity in Greek mythology, and she preceded the Titans, and she was a personification of the night, so that's why she's NYX, goddess of the night. We're going to go around that with a much lighter, I'm going to hit that up with this Deutsch Punk right there on the end. Going to go around that. It is so weird to sort of be doing the wing with the really light color. But I need to blend that out to a much lighter color than what it is. And I'm going to bring it under the corner of my eye because Nyx has that. She has like a very light corner here. But then she has really dark inner corners. And y'all know how I get that wing. But today we are literally just bringing, since we're staying light on the outside, we're just going to keep that out there. And I want you to understand, I'm not trying to do dog makeup. I'm trying to do an eye look that is reminiscent of the eye look that my dog has. So I'm not trying to give you I'm not trying to give you ideas for Halloween. That's what this is about. Bring that down like kind of how she has hers. Which I don't often do that. I don't often smoke out my under eye that far down, but we're going to do it today. For somebody like me who's kind of older, I think it's, it's a risk. It's a risk to do an eye that's, to do a reverse smoky eye, because I think it would definitely be something that could make you look, much older actually. But since this part is very light, I think this is going to be fun. I'm going to start in with Full Metal here in the bottom, and that is a shimmer shade. I'm just going to start smoking out that inner eye. Right there. I'm going to bring it around with Smokey here in the top. I'm going to try that to start right here in that inner part. And try to blend that in. And I am going to pop that a little, so we'll see what happens there. I get the feeling in the end, though, Nyx is going to be the one that wore it better. Tell you what, we're going to go ahead and do it on both sides, but we're going to come back and we're going to hit that with the brown over it, because it's just a little too gray. That is just a little too gray. And that inner corner is going to get like a crazy pop. I'm taking Chaos Stage and I'm just going over that just to bring it down to more brown, because I'd really like that to be a little bit more brown. If it's going to be dark, if it's going to be, I don't want it to be quite so lit in there. So, but I do want it to fade to dark. And let's start blending this in here. I am going to use Starstruck to blend that center corner into the dark, because I think that no matter what you do, whether you use a light, you can use a light color on the lid, right in the center of that lid, no matter what you're doing. If you're doing a reverse, if you're doing a reverse smoky eye, or you're doing the regular smoky eye, you definitely can hit that center with something bright. I don't think that matters, to be honest. That is different, but it kind of looks like my Nixie girl. And what a great dog. She's an American bully, and I'll tell you, bulldogs get the short end of the stick. But there's different kinds of bulldogs. So I'm gonna tell you, I got something to say about bulldogs, right? So I'm gonna tell you the difference in this type of bulldog. Her breed is a result of breeding pit bulls. Not pit bulls. Her breed is a result of breeding English bulldogs and Staffordshire terriers. So English bulldogs come with their own inherent health problems because their noses are so mushed in. It's hard for them to breathe. They don't have a good sense of smell. They're extremely brachycephalic, so they're tired. They're tired. They tend to become fat, that sort of thing. Whereas the Staffies are great if you have one. They're fantastic. They're extremely protective, and they can be problematic because of it. So they have personality issues that sometimes make them undesirable to own. But I think Staffies are great dogs, and I do believe that most dogs are just a product of their training. That said, when you breed the Staffy, who has and the English Bulldog together, you get this American Bully. And the great thing about the American Bully is you get the Bulldog, so you get the power and all those things, but the snout is longer, so they're actually more energetic, and they're more playful, and they have a better disposition than the Staffy. So you kind of, by breeding the two together, you breed out some of the problems that they have as individual breeds. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with either of the breeds. I'm fine with that. One of the things that Bulldogs tend to get is their noses are so wrinkled, they get like fungus. They'll get a fungus in those wrinkles, and you've got to constantly clean that out. When you elongate the nose, you get rid of that. So Nick's got some of the wrinkles, but they're not deep enough to get the fungus in. So I don't know. I don't know about this look. I'm just not sure how I feel about it. But it is an interesting look, and I feel like I feel like I'm not dark enough on the top. So I'm gonna come back in there with some more of that Night Dream down here, and we'll see. I think going in there, I also don't want to look like a ghoul, which I think I'm getting a little ghoulish. But pulling that eye out, like, I just think it's so interesting to have the depth in the inner corner. I'm going to try again. So I didn't like the top of that, so I'm going to try again to get more light on the outside and less on the inside. So I'm going to go with Dutch Punk on that outside. Yes, I've reprimed. And we're going to blend in there. Yeah. So that's working a lot better. I think the key to this is bringing the light out a little further than maybe you would consider. When you have all that depth on the outside of your corner, you don't really see if you didn't blend, or if you didn't get all that correct out there. It just fades to dark, and that's what you want anyways in a regular smoky eye. But this reverse smoky eye is not going to be as forgiving, and it'll be more attractive as actually a makeup look. So Stone Face is this gray right here. That, it's funny, I feel like my monitor doesn't really pick up that it's gray, but it is gray. So that darkness has to come out into light. You know what? That's better. To me, it's better. You might go, TK, that looks like garbage. But I'm just going to tight line that instead. And I'm going to tight line dark in the front. I'll bring that down a little. And then I'm going to go on the outside with this awesome color that I love. I reach for it a lot. It is from the Sultry palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've used it before. It's called Cyborg. That baby right there. Let me see if I can get it to focus on that. Like, that is... that's amazing. And we are going to bring that out to the edge, which is just unheard of. You would normally be bringing Cyborg in And we are gonna a little bit. We're gonna bring that in a little bit because we're gonna do that corner. Is still gonna. I'm still gonna do a bright corner. So that's a better reverse smoky eye for me. Nyx just pulls it off. What can I say? She just pulls off that smoky eye like yeah, whatever, girl. You wish. And that's kind of our eye look. This is a hard look to do. I gotta give it up. Mascaras and mixers, she really pulled this off. And for me, it took like, I don't know, an entire hemp wipe. 3 palettes that we use today. Nomad Berlin Underground. You can get your hands on it at Nomad Cosmetics, and the Blow and Smoke from ColourPop. Obviously, know where to get that. And Sultry from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Don't sleep on those Nomad products because they're pretty good products. I don't know if I would try this. I don't know if I do this look. I would say I'm going to put on a pair of lashes and make it look great because a lot of people can do that, and I can't because lashes suck for me. And if you've been here, you know why. But what kind of lip? Kind of lip would go with this? So I found these at. You're gonna laugh. But honestly, I think that this is not a reflection on the brand at all. I just think that it's a matter of, you know, if you've ever worked in like any retail or restaurant or something, you know that inventory management is really, really important. And when you have an item that is selling good, but just isn't selling, but that you don't really, you know, you kind of have an expiration or you have an idea that when you want to terminate the item, you know, you have hard decisions to make. Offload inventory that is close to code or that you're going to discontinue and you need to make, you know, shelf space, storage space, whatever. So I know people go, oh, it showed up at TJ Maxx and so that, whatever. That's not a reflection on the brand or the piece. And probably a lot of you know that, but it's really just a matter of that as an outlet for offloading some inventory that may have been a great seller. But, okay, so let's say that initially you had 100,000 pieces and you sold, you know, 98,000 pieces of an item. That's a great seller, but it's a limited edition. You're just not going to do it anymore. Well, what do you do? Do you just say, oh, let's not sell those extra 2,000 pieces because I don't want to see them show up in TJ Maxx? That'd be a ridiculous thing to do business-wise. But you know, there might be brands that actually make that decision because they go, oh, I don't want the stigma that appears. We got to stop that. Just if you find great makeup at a great price somewhere, fantastic. And yes, there are going to be products that were shite from the start that show up at TJ Maxx. And then that is a reflection on the brand, but not because they're at TJ Maxx. They're just trying to offload that like anybody else who may have had a great seller that they're discontinuing. So this particular item is from Nicole Miller. It was a Lippies bundle. So there were liners and there were matching liquid lipsticks. And honestly, I live for it. I love it. I did find them at TJ Maxx. This is from Buxom. It's very pretty. It's a pretty peachy. It's just kind of neutral. So this is just going to go over that and reduce that matte effect. Now, here's the thing. Some people love matte. If you do, here's the final look. But for me, this is called Katie, by the way. Like sort of the opposite of me. TK, Katie. For me, I like a little bit less of a matte look. And there you have it. That's my final look for today. We're going with that darker brown. And since I can't get Nyx to come back in here, so I'm going to bring up a picture of her. And we're going to look. So, I don't know which of us. I'm pretty sure she's wearing that better than I am. But there you are. Me and Nyx. Thanks, y'all, for stopping by today. Bye, y'all. Look at your beautiful eyes. How pretty they are. Here. No! You crazy. You crazy, but you my bitch, right? You crazy bitch, but you my bitch. All right.